Hey guys, Dr. in a Dungeon, and just doing a quick build session. I just posted the video for Cindy's bookcases that we built, and then she also wanted to have a little Booknook thing. And so I went on Amazon and I got this Magicspell library, and it's a little DIY build-it-yourself kit. So I figured, there might be others who are interested in this, and so I'm just going to put you on time lapse and let you follow along as we go. We're going to eat here in about 20 minutes, so I'll pause for that, and I hope to have this done later on this afternoon. So we'll see you in just a bit. Hey folks, yeah, these screws are really, really small, and dropped one pretty quickly. We were able to find it, but I thought, this is probably a good time to break out my Wham Bam mat. If you don't know what these are, it's a silicone mat, and they're made by Wham Bam, W-H-A-M-B-A-M. They make a whole bunch of stuff for 3D printers and so forth. Really like this thing. I use it quite a bit. So anyhow, this will make it a little easier. If I drop something, I got a little bit of a lip to hold the screws on here, plus stuff isn't going to move around on me. So we'll see you in a second.
That is the coolest thing ever. It really looks like it's burning. Yeah, I don't know why it did it too, but isn't that so cool?
that is pretty freaking cool. Let's get our viewers in here. I was afraid that this thing wasn't working.
I'm guessing when you put the thing in.
And then all of a sudden, we got the flame effects, which is pretty cool. So it's got a little small LED in there, or LED screen right there on the side that basically, and the last place is in piece. We had two more pieces to do, just pieces up here on the top. I didn't glue those in so I'd have access if I needed to get back into it. But we're going to put it in place, and we'll take a little video there and call it a day. Hey folks, Dr. in a Dungeon, and just finishing up the build. So this was the Dolphin Island Magicspell library. Let me come in and see if you can get that real easy. Alright, it was about 50 bucks on eBay, and I just posted a video on building these bookshelves, and my lovely Cindy wanted a little Booknook, and so I went ahead and bought this. This is actually made in China. I know you're surprised, and it went pretty well. I would rate it as about a 6 out of 10 in difficulty. The directions were well written. For the most part, there was some ambiguity, but for the most part it was pretty good. It went together pretty well. There were a couple of areas where there was just a little bit of misalignment, but it went together well. And so I think that I spent about 8 hours assembling this. If I were to do it again now that I've done it once, I could probably cut that in half, maybe 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours I think. But really, really happy with it. I'll have Cindy demonstrate how it works. And I highly recommend this. Let me take you off the stand here.
So there's two modes. So there's touch mode, where you can touch it and it lights up.
You gotta come to your side there. Alright.
And
so touch mode.
You touch it again, I guess.
Yeah.
And it turns on the little fire.
See the little flames and everything. Very, very cool.
Touch it again and it turns off completely. And then there's a different mode where Incendia.
So I think it's really cool. It makes a little spire crackly sounds. and I don't know if you can actually see the little mock flames in there, but man, this thing is really cool.
Extinguish.
Extinguish! There we go. So anyhow, I really couldn't be happier, and so anyhow, I hope that you enjoy the video. We had a blast making it. Thanks, as always. Doc D out. Hey guys, Doc D. I just wanted to shoot a real quick segment on the tools that came with this, and then the tools that I found to be most helpful. So what did it come with? It came with a little glue dispenser, and I guess it's Elmer's glue or some kind of general purpose glue. This thing I liked, and I'm actually going to clean it out, and I'll use this in other projects because it was really, really handy in that, you know, it had a little dose, a little micro dosing tip, and I like that. This was very good. It came with a little dinky blue-handled screwdriver, and I misplaced it. I think I probably threw it away. I was getting frustrated with it because it wouldn't work. It did work, but it wasn't real convenient. And then it came with this set of tweezers, and these were okay. I mean, they weren't stellar, but they were okay. Could I put this together with what they sent? Yes. Did I use some other tools that made my life a lot easier? I sure did. All right. And so probably the one that there are two that I think were most important is that I really only use this for about 5 minutes, but it's a little screwdriver set, and man, I was getting frustrated with a little dinky screwdriver, and so I went and got this, and boy was I glad I did. I think this was like 13 or 14 bucks. I bought it quite some time ago. And then the thing that I did use a lot was a pair of needle nose. There are a lot of the small parts that really I was having problems getting them to lock in place just with finger power alone, and I was able to use the the needle nose to kind of snug things in. So those came in really handy. A little X-Acto knife. This is just a little cheapo X-Acto knife that I picked up on sale somewhere. And I did use that quite a bit. In some instances there was just a minor misfit, and it wasn't because of the cuts on there, but you got several layers of things that were layered on top of each other, and sometimes that made the fit to go into a slot and tab really, really tight, and that allowed me to trim down the tabs just a little bit. So you will need something like this. I mean, a pocket knife could work, even a paring knife could work, but this worked really well. Tweezers, these are a little set of jeweler's tweezers, got really sharp points. When we were doing the chains for the little braziers, these things came in really handy. Putting the books in and stuff, we used the other tweezers. Super glue. This is Harbor Freight. I think this is $1, something like that. They're really cheap. Just about every time I go into Harbor Freight, I buy a new batch of them. When we were putting the books, the little books on their shelves, we super glued them because it just made it that much easier. And then there were a couple pieces that were just easier to super glue. There were a couple fascia pieces. This is one of them that I just needed them to grab now, and that way I could move on with something else. Now I do have a super glue activator as well, and I did use that in a couple of occasions, so I could spray the applicator on one part, put the super glue on the other, and then put them together, and bam, they're locked. So that was helpful. Glasses, my near vision's not that great, and even if your vision is really good, you'll probably need a little bit of readers because some of this stuff is really minute detail. A little pair of side cutters. Again, when we were doing the braziers, it's got this very, very small chain, and we had to trim 6 small sections off of it, and then there were jump rings to connect those little chains to the braziers, to the ceiling, and Cindy was using these two little pairs of pliers that I gave her as a joke, and she's got more use out of these silly little pliers than anything. And then if you look over here, can you pan right just a little bit? I've got two of these, they're machinist parallels, right? They're steel. They're just heavy, all right? And so what do I use this for? Well, if you watch the video, you'll see several times where I've got pieces of this glued together and they're wanting to kind of spring apart, and I would just lay these on top of it, and that was a huge help. And then I'd let them sit for 15 or 20 minutes. The glue starts to bond, and then we're good. But other than that, like, could you do it with the tools and equipment that they sent? Yes, you could. You know, is this a beginner project? No. Could a beginner do it? Yes, they
So
could,
cool.
if they took their time.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Like I said, I spent about 8 hours and had a good time doing it, but there was a lot of little tedious minutia of detail. So anyhow, I hope this helped.
There was some,
Doc D out.
guess,
We'll see you
super
next
glue.
time. Yeah, there still is. It is what it is now.
it's fine. It probably dropped from the lights.
And then there is a two-way semi-transparent here, which is this. And then this goes there.
Cool.
Really, it's not doing anything now.
There. Uh-huh. There.
That's pretty cool.
That is just so awesome.
Let's take a look here.
It's so cute.
Your head's on my back.
Sorry.
The mirrors and the glass, it comes with all the lighting, the tools, a little magic wand, and a power bank. And of course the computer that runs the whole thing. It's a pretty nice set.
Incendia. This is so cool. Extinguish. My wife Tammy made this for me. This thing is so cool. Fits up in between existing books that I have. It's called a Booknook. Love it.
Incendio. Extinguish. Extinguish.
So I built this little Magicspell library. It's very cool. It's beautiful 3 billion piece model. Every book has to be placed, everything. But it has a really cool feature, which I love. It's infinity, as you can see. And there you go. Flames. Extinguish. 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 Incendiary. Extinguish. I mean, do you not just love it? Spark to flame, hear my plea. Ignite with power, wild and free. There you go. Extinguish. Just amazing. I love it. Look at the detail. I love it.
Incendia. Extinguish. Extinguish.
Okay, so it just lit up. Incendio. I just think that is so cool. Sometimes it doesn't turn off very easily. Extinguish. 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 Like I said, sometimes it doesn't turn off very easily.
Incendia.
Incendia. Extinguish. Extinguish.
Extinguish. Incendia. Extinguish. Incendia.
That is so cool.
Incendiary.
Incendio. Extinguish.
Something that they can't